mga kababayan, ang ating pambansang awit.
Kayang magiliw, telas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na naghihingi, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng walhaging pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya ng pagkay mga aking, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. The JNHS Prayer. Lord, the giver of life, and the provider of everything, we thank you for giving us another day. We humbly and fervently ask you to be with us in all our undertakings. Bless us in all our endeavors. Sanctify us in all our thoughts, words, and actions. Guide us the way you want us to be. Protect us from any harm. Enlighten our minds to think, speak, and act in accordance with your will. Forgive us the errors we made and teach us to forgive others. Make us realize that we can do nothing without you. You alone can unite us in the true spirit of understanding and forgiveness. Purify our hearts. Make us your peace-loving and obedient children, that we are one in your name and glory. All these we pray and ask in the name of Jesus, our Lord and Savior. Amen.
Good day, Hassan National High School community and friends. You are tuned in to the virtual Brigada Pagbasa 2021 of the Senior High School Department. To welcome us, here's our Senior High School Head Teacher 1, Madam Gina J. Barsenol.
Greetings! Welcome to the virtual Brigada Pagbasa of Hassan National High School, Senior High School. To our dear students, make a reading a habit because this will make you learn about people, culture, literature, interesting facts, and many more. Through reading, you can also travel the world, explore natural and man-made wonders, and equip yourself with knowledge and skills which you can use for good. So, sit back and watch closely the videos we have prepared for you. Once again, welcome and have fun while watching and reading.
This two-day activity will showcase topics relevant to the featured strands, ABM, HUMSS, and STEM for the academic track, Cookery and SMAU for the TVL track. Please listen carefully and take down notes. At the end of the speaker's talk, an activity is prepared for you. You only have to answer the activity prepared for your strand. Your output will be submitted to your advisor during your next distribution or retrieval schedule. Points will be credited in your English and Filipino subjects. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the activity.
Good day, junior students! Feel like love and you're finally facing another journey of your life.
Are you ready?
Welcome to Lazan Senior High School.
Can you see yourself as a businessman managing your own firms?
How about the certified public accountant, a trusted financial advisor who organize their plans and reach their financial goals, credit and debit.
Our corporate lawyer, clients, counselor, and representative in court. In taking ABM Strand, the possible courses are Bachelor of Science Tourism Management, Bachelor of Science Business Marketing, Bachelor of Science Accountancy, Bachelor of Science Business Management, and Bachelor of Science Hotel and Restaurant Management.
Accountancy is one of the courses at ABM. It develops the knowledge, reasoning, and interpretation skills that form an important component to understand personal, business, financial, and government behaviors at the micro and macro environment. Are you looking for a friend who will never leave you at your darkest days? Well, choose ABM. Scientific calculator and balance sheet will never leave you, not until when you leave them.
Magbayanihan na, magbayanihan na, bayanihan, pagtutulungan, walang kupas na kaugalian, natagatibay, sinasabuhay, galak sa puso ay walang kapantay. Panahon na naman ang brigada, pagbigkisin lakas at diwa. Tara na brigada na, brigada, eskwela, magkaisa sama-sama. Brigada, eskwela, sa tila buong barkada. Brigada, eskwela, kilos na, magbayanihan na. Ikaw ako, tayong lahat, hawak kamay, sabay-sabay, kapit-bisig, buong bayan. Tara na, kumilos na. Tulong-tulong sa pagsulong, hatid na kalidad sa edukasyon, sa kabataan.
Hello everybody! Good morning to all students watching this, most especially to those aspiring ABM students. I would also like to greet and congratulate our silent heroes, the teachers who worked hard to make this event or webinar possible. So, let me start with introducing myself. I am Dr. Suhara Vanity Mendoza Barit. I am currently the program head of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management of FINMA Cagayan de Oro College. I have been teaching for more than 6 years now, and I do really enjoy what I am doing. Well, I am a graduate of BSBA Marketing Management in Xavier University Ateneo de Cagayan. And after a year of graduation, I did not waste time and I directly enrolled in Masters of Business Management. And I can now proudly say that at the age of 27, I am now a Doctor of Management. So, maybe a lot of you may ask, what's the importance of sharing all of this? Now, hear my answer. Choosing the right strand or a course may really affect all your future decisions you make in your life. Well, I am here to talk about the ABM strand. I will not say that this strand is the perfect strand for you, but let me say that this strand could really create a significant change which you may see along the way. Well, ABM stands for the Accountancy, Business and Management strand. So this strand actually focuses on the basics of accounting, financial management, business management, corporate operations, and all the things that are accounted for. ABM can also lead you to careers in management and accounting, which could be sales manager, human resources, marketing director, project officer, bookkeeper, accounting clerk, internal auditor, and a lot more. Actually, they say that there are a lot of career opportunities in this trend. Dili ka mawad-an og choices, and there are a lot of opportunities in every corner if you have and learn the skills from taking this trend. Dili ka makaingon na wala kay padulngan. Tiron gid na. Actually, take me as an example. No? I am a marketing management graduate, but I am now teaching students. So who would have thought that I could be a teacher? I never dreamed of becoming one. But because of the wide array of opportunities, I had become one, and I really enjoyed it right now. Someone actually asked me, well, ma'am, what is the connection of your chosen course to your profession right now? Kay murag layo relagi kaayo daw kuno. Well, aside from enjoying preaching what I have learned in college, I also got to expand the knowledge I have about marketing and management. I got to learn with students, and I got to collaborate with my students in innovating product or service, in creating business ideas, in learning from students' experiences in terms of selling and other business matters. Well, actually, we have this so-called feasibility study. Okay, a feasibility study is one subject that students take, no, under business ed na course. Well, in this subject, we got to create business ideas. We are actually creating products, no, innovating products and services. We are communicating with the target market. We are asking them what are their preferred products or service, unsa ba ang gusto nila na ibaligya namo, kumbaga unsa ba ang halinon ka na product. We got to interview them, to survey, and to ask everything about their needs and wants. Okay, so teaching business course, specifically marketing, is something fulfilling, no? As I got to share my ideas and help students acquire basic knowledge in how to do business. As you can see with people around you, no? Imong family, imong friends, no? People na even you don't know, strangers are doing business. Diba? Early in the morning, no? Atog yung buhaton is, look, open our Facebooks, no? Pag opening mo sa imong Facebook, daghan kay kag makita naga-live selling. Daghan go offer og products and services, daghan ga PM sa imuha mamaligya og goods, daghan postings about a certain product. That is actually true. That is the reality right now, no? People really want to survive in these trying times. We are in a situation right now where we really wanted to earn to support our living. Okay, and how are we going to do this? Well, actually, common idea of many is to do a business. And running a business is not an easy task. It takes a lot of effort and knowledge in how to do it rightly. And in accountancy, business, and management strand, you will really learn not only the basics, but you will be given a chance to experience everything and learn everything about business. So, dili ka maglisod and mag-question sa imong self na, gaon saon na nila? Unsay process sa selling? Unsaon ako paghalin, no? Pagkuha og halin? Unsaon ako pag-rolling sa akong capital? Unsaon nako pag-innovate sa akong products? Unsaon ako pag-market aron mahalin ang akong baligya? Kana tanan is actually inyong matunan in this strand. Well, actually, I want to share my own personal experience as well. Elementary pa lang ko, selling is really my thing, no? It really helped my family survive in a daily basis. Sa una, ako ang mama magluto og yema, magluto og polvoron, og barbecues, ice candies para akong ibaligya sa school. Well, dito na ako na-realize na it really helped us a lot in surviving. Akong halin is among ipalit og asukal, og toyo, vinegar, asin, gatas, kape, o mga needs sa sulod sa balay. No, it actually sustained us. Even weekends before mamaligya ko og gulay. No, with that experience, na-open akong mind sa mga business ideas and possibility of earning a lot with selling and with business. And I truly believe that na-enhance akong skills and knowledge the moment na ni-enroll ko sa course na business-related. So, what's unique about this strand is actually this is designed to prepare students who are inclined to take college degrees related to business and management programs. The students in this strand will be trained and engage in business simulation and be exposed to different types of decisions business managers or owners face regularly. So it is really very important na nakaroon pa lang you will assess yourselves na. So try to assess yourselves by answering these common questions. No? Questions such as, what do I really want? It is really important that karon pa lang imo nang i-assess kung unsa imuhang passion, unsa imong purpose in life, unsa gid ay ang imuhang ganahan, no? Questions as well such as, do I want to own a business? Naa ba ko'y dream nga magka-business pohon? Do I want to manage a business? Do I want to have the team to manage? Do I want to be with and engage with people? Actually, naagyo'y tao na ganahan to collaborate and to work with other people, no? Do I want to communicate or am I good in communicating? Do I want to earn a lot? Kani, common gid ni siya nga question na madungog na ko bisag asa og bisag kang kinsa, no? And they say, dili ka madato daw kung sigira kag panarbaho as an employee of a company owned by somebody. Kundi, mas madato daw ka kung mag-business kag imuha. Hawid pa nimo imong oras, control nimo tanan decisions. And also questions such as, do I want to sell? No? Do I want to continue a family business? Well, it's really good if you have a family business right now that you will enroll in this strand because it will really help you a lot in continuing and pursuing the family business you have. No? Also a question na, or I don't want to be an employee. I really want to be my own boss. No? So those are actually sample of the questions lang that will actually help you assess what you really want. And if you answered yes to all of those questions, then ABM or Accountancy, Business and Management strand is the right strand for you. Now students, please correct me if I'm wrong. I truly believe that all of us, or it's safe to say that most of us actually would like to have our own business. Would be the so-called owner of the business, right? ABM strand is then the right strand for that, as this track is perfect for those who are good in organizing and planning and for those who want to start a business in the future. It is important to enhance your skills and knowledge to prepare you for your college life. So being an ABM student is challenging because you will learn the reality of life in this world. Gaining money is one of the most goal of humans. For us to live in this world, we need to gain profit. So as an ABM student, you will really learn the basics on how to gain profit at a very young age. You will instantly boost your earning potential. As an ABM student, you will immediately be equipped with skills and knowledge that will help you that will actually have an immediate impact on your existing business or business ideas. Well, if negotiating, talking to consumers, strategizing, and analyzing business models are more your thing, then this is the path for you. There is actually a recent study that shows that 70% now of students wanted to start their own business. But only 15% ang nais skills and knowledge to take business-related course. Also, it is really obvious that after having a years of experience in working, soon, you will really have a career change. Kung baga, mapulan kag panarbaho and makahuna-huna kag magnegosyo. And then, by that time, you'll realize na, hala, I don't have enough knowledge on running a business man di ay. Unsaon kaha ni nako. Same gyapon sa ako I've been with this company for 6 years or more than 6 years. I've been working for many people, for this company, been teaching a lot of students for more than 6 years. And usahay makahuna-huna gyud ko na dili ko pwede na mag-teach lang permanente. I really wanted to manage my own business because this is actually my goal. This is really what I want. And I really believe Tananta really wanted to have our own business. So, karon pa lang gina-prepare na nako actually ako myself. Siguro a few years from now, I will have my own business. If in God's will, I will really put my own business. I will manage my own business. I will have my own team. And I know that I will really earn a lot with that. Okay, students, you actually do not need to worry as there are a lot of courses you can pursue for your college degree if you take ABM strand. Okay, so courses such as accountancy. A lot of people I know na they really wanted to have kanang sumpay sa ilang pangalan na certified public accountant. Also a course na management accounting, banking and finance. A lot of students when asked about what they really like to work, what work they really wanted after graduation, ningon sila I want to be part of a certain bank. So kana banking and finance kana nga course pwede nimo na siya makuha if you take ABM strand. Aside from that, business administration course, so marketing. If you want to pursue your passion in creating videos, video advertisement, communicating with people, promoting products and services, and a lot of marketing activities, then you should enroll in marketing management. Entrepreneurship as well, risking. If you are a risk taker, mag-risk ko, mag-create ko og kaugalingon na product, a product that is really new to the world, then I want to be an entrepreneur. Course such as human resource development management as well, hospitality management, and even tourism. Those are actually example of courses lang na you can take if you enroll in the ABM strand. Daghan kayo ka pwede mapilian. So, actually, students, I would like to give you this message. Well, choosing a course or track will somehow can say what your future will be. If you want to be successful, choose the right way to do things that you want. Capital isn't so important in the business, no? Experience isn't so important. Why? Because you can actually learn this along the way. Okay, no, so what's important is actually the ideas. Okay, if you have ideas, you have the main asset. And there isn't any limit to what you can do with your business and with your life. The course or track that many students choose is actually business courses. Daghan ko'y nailan na students na gusto mo enroll og business courses. Okay? Because students know that if you choose this kind of track, they will actually immediately land the job. No? Ako pang giingon ganina, daghan kay career opportunities with this strand and with this course. But of course, students, at the end of the day, the decision is actually yours. I want you to think deeper and assess yourselves. Having an opportunity to study and choose a right strand is not like choosing a dress that you want to wear for a special occasion. And if di ka ganahan, sa imong gipalit, you will take it off and bring it back to the store and get your money. That is not really a good idea. No? You cannot turn back the time you waste if you cannot handle or finish the strand you choose. So, pursue your passion. But think smartly, okay? Think about what may possibly happen in the future and what will really help you in the long run. So, before I end this, I would like to share you a very inspirational quote from Abraham Lincoln that I always keep in my mind. Actually, he said, the best way to predict your future is to create it. This only tells us that the best way to know what is coming is to be an active participant. By creating your future, you are an active player in the events as they unfold. By knowing what you want and what you are willing to get them, what you are willing to do to get them rather, you can help to shape what the future holds. Example, think of the two people in a river, okay? One is just floating on a raft, unable to predict what is coming because they aren't looking around and aren't doing anything to move or steer. The other person is in kayak, looking for the path they want and actively steering and moving themselves to the point. So, which one is actually predicting the future by inventing it? Which is more likely to be surprised at where they end up? Yes, there are times we need to relax, but there are also times to paddle like crazy. So, thank you very much for giving me opportunity to share something to you. Thank you for the teachers, as you really did a great job in creating an activity or a webinar like this to students, to help students choose and give students ideas about the future. Teachers, I salute all your unpaid efforts. You are truly everyone's heroes. So once again, thank you and stay safe always.
teenagers that are curious-minded and wants to bring out the best in them are now ready to face the wonders of humanities and social sciences.
Women can be leaders too. I may not be the best president we've ever had, but I promise I can be a great listener, speaker, and a citizen to my country. I am Mary Elaine Yabot, 17, your future humanista politician.
Engaging myself in communication and writing skills, I didn't just unleash the skills I feel, but also awaken my inner Caribbean as a soul that has slept for me. This is Resume Netizen, your future Filipino journalist.
I have the heart to serve my people and to cater them at my best. I am Kirk Sebastian Guerra, standing for truth, seeking for justice, living facts, and your next humanista public defender.
These teams are not only living for their passion, but also believing that HUMSS Strand has a lot to offer. HUMSS, or Humanities and Social Sciences, is a strand that focuses on the study of human behavior, societal changes, and the analysis of art, culture, literature, and politics.
Students who choose HUMSS are those who go beyond the wall. In other words, they are ready to blaze their own tracks and have a dialogue to public.
That's right, partner! With various communication skills and techniques learned from the strand, you can become a future diplomat, journalist, writer, and a lawyer.
You can pursue public history, politician, news anchor, historian, college professor, biology, psychotherapy, criminology, philosophy, linguistics, English, and many more.
Our guest speaker is a Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Administration and Supervision. She is a Master Teacher 1 at Misamis Oriental General Comprehensive High School. She's also a college professor at Lourdes College. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Adora D. Ponce.
I have a reading test coming up and I want to do really well on it. Here's a practice test so I can be better at taking reading tests. If only I could have some good tips.
All right, that was Lara, also a senior high school student. And just like the rest of you, she also wants to improve and ace her skills in reading comprehension. So, in connection with that video, I'm going to be sharing with you this very relevant topic. All right, first question is, why is reading comprehension very important? Anyone? All right, your guess is as good as mine. You see, if you're reading something and you do not understand what you are reading, or simply you do not know the essence of what you are reading, then all the efforts you are putting into it is put to waste. That is why today I'm going to be discussing with you very important tips on how to improve your reading comprehension skills.
Remember that you need to concentrate fully while reading. So I would suggest you use a pen or your finger to develop your focus while reading. But also put in mind your initial reading speed should be slow. Then increase your speed gradually while moving ahead with the reading of the text. The idea behind reading the text slowly at the initial stage is to grab the idea of the passage at an early stage of reading. Suppose you are reading a paragraph. you can have a better understanding of the entire paragraph by starting slowly while understanding the meaning of the sentences carefully. The next tip I would suggest is to highlight important lines you find while reading so that you don't miss relevant key point. The natural way to go about reading a text is to garner the entire thought of the passage by reading the first and last paragraph. Then proceed further by reading the initial sentence of each paragraph carefully to get the idea of the entire passage, and then gradually increasing the reading speed for the remaining text of the paragraph. Please also remember that better knowledge of vocabulary helps you understand the text effectively. Please focus on improving your vocabulary. Also, continuously evaluate yourself after practicing comprehension passage by identifying the areas you need to improve on. Example, what is the area of your concern? Whether it is the concentration aspect you need to focus on, or is it the vocabulary? Or maybe the reading speed you need to work on. The best way to improve on each of these three aspects is consistent practice, particularly focusing on the area which needs the most attention. Now, let us learn about the useful tips to bear in mind while working on a reading comprehension passage. Tip number 1. Find answer to the WH questions while reading a passage such as who, what, where, when, and why. Tip number 2. Try to visualize the passage to remember and retain it. Tip number 3. Organize the key information in the passage in acronym form or maybe a flowchart form to avoid wastage of time in rereading the passage. Tip number 4. Focus on the questions asked to test your comprehension skills, because if you comprehended the meaning of the questions wrong, then there is no possibility of getting the answers correctly. Tip number 5. If you have a weak memory, there is no need to panic because it's not the entire passage you need to remember, but only the questions asked for evaluating your comprehension skills. Remember, the questions asked in your mind gets much easier to comprehend the answers while reading the passages as the questions are retained in your subconscious. And now to conclude, I would like to remind you all that you need to continue working on these three critical areas: concentration, vocabulary, and the speed reading, which will surely improve with consistent practice.
Good day everyone, I am Nice Dan Zaidre A. Bingat. Currently studying at Asan Senior High School and a STEM student. First of all, good kay why I chose STEM, kinagi dito akong course na akong gusto kaon, which is engineering. So, next time na ko sugod para at least ma-build up ang akong learning para paabot og college kung hindi na ko maglisod bitaw. If you think STEM is hard, then think again. Kay as much as I remember is dili ka siya inanagid bitaw ka complicated nga subject ng STEM. Of course, nice kanang part yun nga medyo gid siya lisod, but if kursonada gid ka makatuon inana dalira na sa inyo kay nakaya gani nako unsa pa ka mo bitaw nga kanang hilinggid mo study sa STEM. So yeah, puro ta siya. So pag STEM, no, it's quite easy.
Hi, good day. I'm Grayson M. Estrada, one of the students of grade 12 STEM. In my experience last year, being a grade 11 STEM student, all I could say is STEM strand was the hard strand for me because it was more on math problems, and math subject is my weakness. Even if it's too hard to be part of STEM strand, it can help me and all those students who have dreams that are part with this strand will be more prepared to their future. Thank you.
Good day, everyone! Today we are launching a virtual program that will guide all students toward academic and economic prospects in the present and future.
Also, a curriculum that educates all students for the difficulties and opportunities of the 21st century economy.
I, Chris Lawrence, shall be your host for today's virtual program with my co-host, Kathleen. On behalf of HUMSS National High School Senior High School family on STEM Strand, we cordially invite you to participate in this exciting virtual program.
Before we begin the program, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of
Dr. Arnold C. De Luna, Master Teacher 2, the Virtuoso STEM Coordinator.
We also appreciate the presence of Mr. Ronnie Manlatican, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering and Teacher 2, the Grade 11 STEM Advisor. Mr. Ferdinand Cabigin, Bachelor of Science Education Major in Biology, the SDRRM Coordinator and also the Research Coordinator.
Mrs. Florencia D. Baang, School Principal 2.
Mrs. Gina J. Barsinal, Head Teacher 1, and our Assistant Principal Designated and Senior High School.
What strand would you choose if you were a senior high school freshman?
I believe I'd go for STEM.
Nice choice. Anyway, let me begin by welcoming Mr. Ronnie Manlatican, who will give a short video address about what STEM is all about.
On behalf of our focal person, Dr. Arnold C. De Luna, I, Ronnie Manlatican, a professional teacher and graduate of Mechanical Engineering course, will give a brief description of STEM. STEM is an acronym for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. It has intertwining disciplines when it comes or when it is applied in the real world. The difference of STEM curriculum with the other strands and tracks is the focus on advanced concepts and topics in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This strand provides the necessary preparation for students in using science, math, engineering, and technology to solve real-life problems and advance national development. In addition to subject-specific learning, STEM aims to foster inquiring minds, logical reasoning, and collaboration skills. List of professions or jobs that require deeper knowledge in STEM concepts are medical doctors, dentists, healthcare professionals, engineers, scientists, chemists, agriculturists, statisticians, architects, and many other jobs that require logical reasoning, inquisitive mind, critical thinking, and collaboration skills. Thank you.
Mr. Ronnie Manlatican, thank you for that. I'm sure everyone is looking forward to the next segment of the show. Are you looking forward to it?
I'm sure it's something that everyone wants to know. Let's not spend any more time. Now is the time to learn which subject come within the STEM strand.
Grade 11 STEM first semester. Pre-calculus, General Chemistry, Oral Communication, Komunikasyon at pananaliksik sa wika at kulturang Pilipino, General Mathematics, Earth and Life Science, or Earth Science for STEM, 21st Century Literature from the Philippines and the World, Physical Education, and Empowerment Technologies. Grade 11 STEM, second semester. Reading and Writing. Pagbasa at pagsusuri ng iba't ibang teksto tungo sa pananaliksik. Statistics and Probability. Physical Science, or DRRR for STEM. Introduction to Philosophy of the Human Person. Physical Education. Practical Research 1. Basic Calculus and General Chemistry. Grade 12 STEM first semester. General Biology 1. General Physics 1. Personal Development. Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics. Physical Education. Practical Research 2. And English for Academic Purposes. Grade 12 STEM, second semester. General Biology 2. General Physics 2. Research, Capstone Project, and Work Immersion. Media and Info Literacy. Contemporary Philippine Arts from the Regions. Physical Education. Filipino sa Piling Larang. Inquiries, Investigation, and Immersion. And Entrepreneurship.
What is your favorite subject among the subjects mentioned?
Physics and mathematics. Those are all my favorite subjects.
Whoa! Do you claim to be Einstein descendant?
Don't be silly.
We have two guests for today's virtual program. Our first guest speaker for today graduated from Xavier University Ateneo de Cagayan with a bachelor's degree in biology in 2016 and is a licensed chemical technician but works as a laboratory microbiologist. Now, as we all want to learn more about our lovely guest speaker, Ms. Monica Antolo will tell us a little bit about her and her job.
여러분, 안녕하세요. 저는 모니카입니다. Hello everyone, I'm Monica. I'm no Korean, but I'm here today as I was invited by the school to share with you my experience of how I landed up on my career as an aspiring microbiologist. You don't know how excited I am of being with me here today via virtual. I would just like to thank everyone for being here. And I know that this pandemic had cost us the chance in meeting each other face to face, but given the circumstances, I think this is the best for us. This is the best setup for us. So let me start by sharing with you my story of how my interest in science started. How this unsure high schooler became a microbiologist. After graduating high school at 16 years old, I was confused of what course I would choose. Back then, I wanted to be a medical doctor, so I chose BS Biology as a pre-med course. I chose BS Bio since it was a lot practical financially and I thought it was best for me. Along the way, I enjoyed my course and I thought that this was the right track for my dreams. But during my studies, I wasn't the best student there was. I had my fair share of struggles and failures. those struggles and failures really questioned my self-worth. And I have asked this many times. Kaya ba kajud na ako mag-medical school and mag-doctor? Pinyag pagkali, dili na ako kaya. Isa na lang kaha ang school. All these questions and self-doubts, including the increase of family expenses and tuition fees, and external and internal mind pressure, felt that I was not worthy to become what I dreamed to be. I was not that mature to handle problems and anxieties, and I was easily overwhelmed by these factors, which affects my performance and my emotions. But I prayed so hard to God to guide me in my decisions and help me face the challenges in front of me that time. God equipped me with the right mindset and surrounded me with the right people who supported me all throughout. Yes, it took me a while to finish my course, but I was determined and I continued to persevere, and finally I graduated my bachelor's degree. Yay! But I didn't take medicine right then and there because I focused on getting a decent job at that time. A job to gain my experience and to help my family financially. For I thought that if I can work, I can save up to get myself to medical school. But that part was even harder. My job that time wasn't enough for my family's financial expenses, including medical school expenses. I took science-related work so that I could still use my learnings and still enjoy my life as I prayed for my true calling and purpose. Fast forward to many job rejections and job seekings after, I finally landed in my current job today as a microbiologist, as a laboratory microbiologist. I still got to wear a white coat, but not as a symbol of a person who tends to seek people, but a white coat that analyzes and assures the safety of the food and water that people consume. It gave me another purpose and another call. It is a calling of not just helping the human beings with their sickness, but a greater calling to help our environment less sick by sharing my knowledge in my field and promoting holistic learning. Because in learning new or basic things, we allow ourselves to be equipped with ideas that enable us to actively share what we learn with other people who may eventually need it. Science always gives me interest. Like when I was still a kid, I get curious why does my scar on my knee builds up a scab, or in Bisaya we call it kugang. And because I get sick a lot, I was amazed the medicines I take work inside my body. During college, I got to study all sorts of animals, from tiny insects to marine animals, birds, and all sorts. We even studied bacteria, which are even more very small to the point that one bacteria cell is invisible to the naked eye. Like how this small organism give a huge impact in this world.
I am grateful that I had studied these. As you can see, part of my work is to analyze the water that we drink, or the food that is served, or the food that we eat is safe from any contamination. For example, I make sure that the drinking water from our respective water providers is safe to drink, or the chicken we eat from restaurants or any food is free from harmful bacterial contamination that can cause food poisoning. You see, I now work not just for myself or my family or because I earn a living, but I work and continue to study at the same time to be able to contribute and give an impact in my small ways. As I handle microorganisms, I realize these tiny creatures gives a big impact on animals, human beings, and the environment. It made me realize that no matter how small, it can give a big impact.
I never thought that I can have a career in science. I am now even more inspired to become a scientist because of these people who continuously give scientific breakthroughs and contributions in this world. These are researcher scientists that their study focuses on modern engineering, architecture, veterinary, agriculture, medicine, and many more. And because I am inspired by these people, which by the way, they don't even know I exist or I idolize them, but I wanted to share this inspiration to you guys. You see, science does not only focus on how you can make a career out of it or how you can earn money from it. Science isn't just a subject we learn from school that is required to be passed. Science is so broad that we don't even realize unknowingly we use them in our day-to-day lives. We practically live and breathe science. Back then, there were no strands to choose from. Luckily, this generation is blessed to have ample time on deciding and prepare what course to choose from. But with or without the tracks, it is really up to yourself on what you are passionate about. Speaking of passion, I would like to give a huge shout out to all the passionate teachers out there who tirelessly give their efforts, share their knowledge, and even act as second parents to their students. According to my sources, we celebrate Teachers Month from September 5 to October 5 this year. Can we just give a loudest applause to our teachers? I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for my teachers also, who are also my mentors, who passionately talk about their respective fields and specializations.
This got me thinking that maybe time will come I can pursue doctorate studies and still become the doctor I dream to be. Who knows?
Now before I end, let me quote this from my ever-favorite quote from Charles Darwin. It is not the strongest, nor the most intelligent of all species that survives. It is the one who is most adaptable to change. Be adaptable to change. Be open to failures and rejections. Be open to learning and being taught. You don't have to be a perfect straight A student to become the most successful. I'm not also saying that we disregard school or grades. What I'm saying is that we should always give our best in everything that we do for us to succeed. And what does success mean? Well, it depends. It depends on how you envision your life and how you see things and situations. And success doesn't equate to happiness either, because we can strive to be happy at the current moment while we persevere for our desired success. Just find what interests you and what you think can help others. And along the journey, invest in yourself through learning new skills, gaining experiences, learning a new language, just learning out of the box. Always be curious. Do not be afraid to ask why or how, and do not let the fear of failure from stopping you. Which, by the way, I'm still struggling on that part. But we have to be here for each other, right? Look for the right support system, set your goals for the right intentions, and always remember that experience is always the best teacher. That's it, guys. I hope I have sparked and awakened the scientist in you. I would just like to thank all of you for taking the time to listen. Special thanks to Ms. Joanne Brigada Pagbasa for this once-in-a-lifetime invitation. Indeed, I am so humbled with this opportunity. I pray for your discernment and success in your chosen fields. Amping kita sa pamunay, and please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Pailanang mo, gabi na ikmakita ta somewhere, kailisod na ba ni mag-ilata na naka-mask. But please do wear your masks all the time. Keep safe, stay hydrated, see you around, God bless, and modo annyeong!
Thank you for your motivational message, Ms. Monica Antolo. We, the Saan Senior High School STEM students, will value the opportunity to succeed in our chosen profession.
I believe we will have to move forward with our second guest speaker. But first, I'd want to inform you that the STEM strand at Hassan Senior High School cultivates a set of critical thinking, teamwork, reasoning, and creative skills that students can apply in all aspects of their lives. This is reflected in their students. 2 students from the STEM strand took part in the most recent CN Eskwela, which used virtual science fairs and competitions to highlight students' resiliency, inventiveness, and creativity in the face of global disaster. Let us take a look at their entries.
Have you ever thought of traveling to Norway, Iceland, Canada, Greenland, or to any other countries in the north, sitting on the cold ground at night, watching the famous northern lights together with someone you love? Romantic, isn't it? But as you watch the magical light show happening right above you, you suddenly wonder, how are these lights created? Why can't those who don't live near the Earth's poles see them? Are they harmful? Are there any bad effects that lie behind these magical lights? We're gonna find all of that out here in the science behind everything. The science behind auroras. Auroras, or polar lights, also known as northern lights and southern lights, are created when charged particles from the sun strike atoms in our atmosphere. This interaction between the charged particles and the atoms produce light, thus creating the spectacular polar lights. When an atom is bombarded by energy from the charged particles, its electron moves to a higher state, also known as the excited state of an atom. When the electron drops back to its ground state, it releases energy in the form of light. Do you wonder why auroras only occur at the north and south poles? Our planet's magnetic field is responsible for that. The structure of the Earth's magnetic field guides the charged particles from the sun towards our planet's poles, as it seems to shrink at Earth's pillars. The shape of the magnetic field allows the charged particles to strike at the atoms in the atmosphere at the north and south poles, producing the polar lights. Are polar lights harmful? The aurora itself is not harmful to humans, but the electrically charged particles produced could have some potentially negative effects towards the structure and technology. Particles produce an electrical current that reaches the ground. In very extreme circumstances, these could affect electric power lines, oil and gas pipelines, computer networks, and iCloud systems. There could also be a risk to aeroplanes flying at a very high altitude. That's it for today. I hope you learned something from this video. In these trying times, let's be each other's northern lights. Let's fill each other's hearts with magic, hope, and love. And together, let's reach new heights. I am Gab for the science behind everything. Thank you for being with me as we discover the science behind auroras.
Gas laws. Laws that relate to pressure, volume, and temperature of a gas. Boyle's law tells us that the volume of gas increases as the pressure decreases, where P is the absolute pressure of the gas, V is the volume, and K is a constant of proportionality. Charles' law tells us that the volume of gas increases as the temperature increases. As we can see from the equation, the law relates the volume of gas to its temperature. It states the volume of gas is directly proportional to its temperature unless the pressure and the amount of the gas remain constant. And Avogadro's law tells us that the volume of gas increases as the amount of gas increases. Avogadro's law formula describes how equal volumes of all gases contain the same number of molecules, under the same conditions of pressure and temperature. In other words, It describes that equal volumes of two different gases will have the same number of molecules as long as the temperature and pressure are the same. Boyle's law describes the rule of water pressure in the dive environment. It applies and affects many aspects of scuba diving. As the diver descends, the water pressure around him increases, causing air in his scuba equipment and body to occupy a smaller volume. As the diver ascends, water pressure decreases, so Boyle's law states that the air in his gear and body expand to occupy a greater volume. The temperature of the air drops in the winter. As a result, the temperature of the air inside the body drops as well. Volume is directly proportional to temperature, according to Charles' law. As a result, as the temperature rises, the volume of air decreases. You probably encountered this use of Avogadro's law. When you inflate a balloon, you are introducing gas molecules into it. As a result, the balloon's volume expands, and in order to do so, you reduce the number of molecules in your lungs, which reduces their volume. The same thing may be done with a bicycle tire with a bicycle pump.
That was wonderful!
I completely agree with you, Lawrence. Let's get back to business as we move on to our next guest speaker.
Good morning, nasaan senior high school students, particularly the grade 11 and grade 12 learners. I am Mr. Ronnie I. Manlatikan, your class advisor for grade 11 STEM in the school year 2021-2022. I will be doing an interview with our resource person today, Engineer Linmark, who is on my left already. Our format of the interview is a Q&A, and before I will begin the interview, just allow me to introduce him to you. Ang iyang tinuod name is Engineer Linmark Dale F. Lepigio. He obtained his Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering degree in 2012 from Central Mindanao State University in Muswan, Bukidnon. Niata karon dinhi sa project site wherein kini nga project site under sa iyang responsibility. Okay. Currently, he is the operations manager of Venre Construction Corporation. So, just to give you a background of how big that company is, Venre Construction is a big construction company, a main contractor of DPWH with main office in Cebu City. Dini sa Mindanao, nagkatag ang ilang mga projects, a total of 90 plus projects na.
Pag-usap mo, in my first year sa akong college, medyo lisod gid siya paminawon, especially civil engineer is sa kurso nga medyo lisod siya gamay. Pero kato nga kanina kurso, nabita lang natong strategy nga ginagmay. Usa nga akong puhunan para nga ma-overcome natong mga challenges is ang pagkamahadlokon nga mabagsak. Tungod mahadlok ka mabagsak, siyempre buhat kay diskarte mo ni mong daily routine, magsikag toon. Diyos sa sikag toon, taas kay possibility 90+%, 95 to 99% iyo ka mabagsak. Almost 100% iyo ka mabagsak. Sa unsa sa kalisod, basta mura gyud akong puhunan. Di lang ka imo lang gibutang sa imong una-una nga di ka mabagsak. Sa dili ka mabagsak, sige na din ka balik-balik sa imong cycle, sa imong strategy. sige lang agtuon. Mangita kag way nga makatuon. Kay mo to imong basihanan para ka makapasar. Sige, padayon lang. Mula to sige kahitabo. Tungod sa mga exam, sige agtuon, tanan mga possible ways, kaya ra nimo ang tanan. Okay na ako pinakadabis nga puhunan. Actually, financial problem no is bugi na itong sama sa tuwa nga nabilong sa mga sa kwan pa na tao sa mga pobre nga mga panimuyo o sa pobre nga ginikanan. Medyo lisod yun na siya. Parehas ako i-graduate ko kolehiyo as working student.
Wow!
Sa elementary pa lang daan, tungkol sa kakulangon sa problema, 5 anyos pa ay kakulangon sa panginahanglanon sa kwarta. 5 anyos pa lang, try na kong pangguna, nanggi, mabutas. Panilig og bus para lang maka-income. Panilig og bus, 5 pesos, siligan ni mga bus. When my high school life, trabaho ko overnight dito sa squatter area, mag-ihaw baboy og baka para lang maka-income.
Wow!
When my college life, more gyapon, go-working gyapon. At hindi siya hindrance, no? Hindi sa hindrance sa imong pag-eskwela. Ang imo lang ibutangin sa una-una, enjoy ang imong kinabuhi. Unsa man kahato ang imong maabutan, padayon lang. Bisag unsa ka lisod ang panginahanglan sa kwarta, daghang way ang tabang. Daghang tao na matabang sa imuha. Ang importante ang imong will, ang imong kagustuhan nga gusto ka mahuman. Kung na kay will, na possible nga way nga mulamdag paingon sa imuha. Sama sa kuha, ni-graduate ko sa kolehiyo, as usa lang ka working student. Patungod po din nga to, inubanan sa akong pag-ugi sa pag-eskwela, ako nakahuman. Sana'y mga tao nga nagtabang sa kuha, kato na pa-working sa kuha. Pero nindot siya nga experience. Ayaw lang yung imahin nga maghago ka, i-enjoy lang ang kinabuhi. Kasi imong kahago, mas beneficial lang sa tuwa nga daghan tag ma-experience nga trabaho, kay daghan tag ma-put up sa atong kaugalingon nga mahimong foundation sa atong kaugalingon. Kinahanglan gyud sir kay samot na nga napiktuhan na karon sa pandemya. Especially ang atong mga ginikanan, murag kinahanglan natong alalay karon para sa atong mga anak. Kung kita pong mga bata, ay lang mong kawala sa paglaong. Normal na ning niagi sa atong pandemya karon, kaya kinahanglan ta mo survive. Ayaw lang timay, ayaw lang mo kagol. Ay kanina mga butanga, ihatag mo ni sa Ginoo sa to at ayaw mo survive, malampasan mo nato na siya. Actually no, nakahuman ko graduate no as working student. But after na nagkuhan, naulaw ko sa akong giworkingan, napili ko sa akong kahagdok. Nakarbaho ko, naulaw na ko mga financial para lang mag-review. Then after mga 3 months na kitaan ko niya, iya kong gi-advise balik ka mag-review. Then while nag-review po, nagkan po mga amigo sa kuha, nag-encourage ka mag-abroad.
Okay.
Makabot na ko sa employee, papers na akong kinahanglan na daw, pwede na daw ako maka-abroad.
Oo.
Pat akong gipili is wala ako nag-abroad. So una na ko mag-review.
Okay.
Isugal ko dito sa mag-review kay ang ako papasakan ko at least imuha na. Ang pag-abroad is daghan kayo na panahon. Moto, isugal ko pag-review. After 6 months, board exam, nakapasad. Kaluyan.
Oh, very good.
After na ito, wala na sa ko nag-abroad. Dito isa na ako magtrabaho lang dito sa kuha.
Oh.
Ang pinaka-tumong yung kinuha is kinahanglan sa pag-review para makapasar sa board. Huwag ito akong pili nga choices. Mawala na po ka sa focus. Ang imong mga gi-eskwelahan mawala sa imuha kay na ang imong na-divert ang imong atensyon sa trabaho. Ang imong gitun-an medyo lisod na nimo i-recoup kung trabaho ka diretso.
Correct.
Kaya nimo isabay, mas advantage yung kaya nimo. Actually no, dili sa ingon nga matawag nato lisod, kinahanglan lang yung ka magtuon. Tungod sa kadaghan sa mga formula sa engineering. Ako lang cycle nga ginabuhat, 6 months na ito among review time. After 3 months, feel na ko murag bright na kay ko.
Ay, okay.
Feel na ko murag na ang tanan pero dili na siya mao. Akong gibuhat, ipadayon ako. Every hapon, ginamemorize ko na ang mga formula. before sa kumatulog, ako lang ginikot tanan, mga possible nga pamagi. Mata sa kong kadlawon usahay, ako lang siyang murago gi-picture out nga imo lang ikaw ang routine sa pag-solve sa problem. Ang importante dili mawala si mong una-una. Ni kahapon na po, di mo na po siya una-unaon. Balik-balikon lang nimo. At least nga mo na yung foundation, balik-balikon lang nimo. Aron nga pag-abot sa board exam, normal na lang siya kay imo ra man siyang balik-balik. Sa iko lang nga routine, balik-balikon lang nimo tan mga formula sa engineering way, no? Kay bisan sa mathematics, sa algebra, formula man gyud.
Oo.
Muna nga balik-balik lang.
Okay.
Imo lang sa i-habit nga, i-habit lang nimo nga habitual nga magtuon nga balik. At least di siya mawala sa mga una nga pag-abot sa board exam, 100% prepared jud ka. Actually no, pag sugod na pang-apply og trabaho, dili pa na ako matubag nga diha yung kumpanya. Pero prepare nga company nga akong gusto sundan is construction gyud. Engineering works kay siyempre civil engineer ta. Pero muna siya nga dili nimo ma-prepare nga kanang kumpanya largo nung diha yung ka. Bisag asa nga company, i-try siya, i-grab na siya. Kung high chances, i-grab bisag asa. Kung gamay man ang matapang sweldo, as long as it's available, i-grab na siya ng opportunity. Kaya diha ka makagain og experience. Bahala nagmagamay ang sweldo dako. At least maka-experience ka. Yung gain experience, kay chances mangita pag-uwi sa lain. Kasi if ever unsa available, i-grab lang ang opportunity ug mahimo. Pag-prepare nga mga apply ka, mahimo align sa imong profession. If ever ka mo graduate mo, mahimo align sa imong profession para prepare ka ang imong foundation align sa imong application sa imong pagpanarbaho. Muna yung pinaka-angayan nga ba atong buhaton. Siguro nakita nila sa sa kanang kuan. Dili man yung natong kagwapo. Oh. Sa kapunan siguro na nakita ni siguro sa galon sa kuha. Siguro sa atong pagka-hard working. Mo gina sa pinaka-kuan. Aside sa pagka-hard working, kita mahimo ng professional ato i-develop ang atong leadership. Mo siguro yung nakita sa kuha nga makakaya na to mag-lead sa mga tao. Kaya na itong handle, kaya na itong manage. Ang ako lang is nagtrabaho lang ako. Nakita lang ko niya, nga akong performance. Hindi akong gi-promote. Sa iyang pag-promote sa kuha, ako kami na medyo bukat siya, pero ikaw, dili bukat. Kana kay gihatag sa imuha, sa ato pa, naiyang pagsaling sa imuha. Muna yung nakita sa imuha. Muna, kinahanglan lang tag-hard work, then leadership. Kakugihan lang yun, kabuutan, more yun na itong kamunan. Sana yun, ipangita sa mga agalon para sa ilang kinakusgan ng mga trabahante, ang pagkamatinod-anon. Muna yung usayod nga, aside sa imong hardworking, sa imong leadership, ang imong pagkamatinod-anon sa ilaha. Ako ika-advise sa mga batano natong senior high, no? Sugod sa kanina sa istorya, padayon lang ninyong pagkabutan, pagkamaayo. Galagi din nyo ang pagkamaayo, pagkamahinadlukon. Usa dayon nga sumbanan dayon nato, abayan gid nato na siya og pagampo. Kay kaning tanang butang nga atong gibuhat, kinahanglan na ay pangaliya sa Ginoo para nga tanan na atong mga plano iyang i-blessing para unsay atong mga plano kita giyahan niya. Muna nga, ayaw ninyo i-feel ang kalisod. Sama sa istorya ganina, tanan mga challenges, atin yung pandemya karon, normal ra nga nilabay sa atong panggalingon, sa atong kinabuhi. Sa kwan pa kong istorya ganina, tanang mga butang nga kaya nimo masudlan karon, matrabaho, sudli. I-grab na siya nga opportunity, experience, and mo na maka-develop sa imong kaugalingon. Kanada yun nga experience mo pohon, mo na imong dalon pohon sa imong pagdako, sa imong basihanan, sa imong personality, sa imong pagkatawo. Nga ikaw maka-perform na, isang asa ka padulong, engineer ka man o madili. Ang kanang foundation nga imong madala, gikan sa imong pagkatawo. Pakon, muna imong dalon, para sa imong pagpanarbaho pohon, makita kung unsa nga ikaw pagka-ikaw. Aron kanang imong pagka-ikaw, muna atong basihan nga kita respetuhon sa uban. Kanang imong pagkamaayo, ma-reflect na nila, diya makita na atong respect. Atong respect, at pinakakuan diya, atong butang is igor sa mga lamas atong kinabuhi. After all that is ang success nga imong gihago, malamdagan ra nimo na po.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts.
On a yellow paper, write your answers to the following riddles. Submit your paper to your advisor. Can you answer those riddles? Now let's start.
Before we wrap up this fantastic virtual program, let us all turn our attention to the screen to see how the STEM students participate in Brigada Pagbasa 2021 despite the hurdles and uncertainties posed by COVID-19. STEM students are all amazing. That's all I have to say.
I completely agree with you, but please do not inform them that we are STEM students. Aside from the joking, we congratulate all of the members of the organizing committee who worked tirelessly to make this a reality. So, how are you feeling right now, partner?
In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, I am ecstatic to see this kind of initiative. It was really fruitful, as you stated. I'd also like to express my gratitude to the organizing group for their faith in my capacity to host this virtual program.
I agree with you, partner. Thank you so much, folks. I suppose that's it. We'll call this virtual strand promotion scheme a wrap. And we were your hosts. I'm Lawrence. Thank you for your time and may your day be blessed.